Hi there, welcome. What are you expecting today? Because whatever you expect, that's exactly what you're going to receive. And today's video, I want to share with you my understanding behind the power of decision or the law of decision. I'm not going to give you platitudes such as, oh, I heard someone talk about this. I've read this in a book, and here I am. I want to be a teacher, I want to be a mentor, and I'm just going to bring this to you. That's not what I'm doing. And to show you that, I am going to bring you two manifestation stories, a personal story to tie this power of decision together for you completely. And then I want to take you outside the box, outside the power of decision, meaning you can think outside the box through my friend's personal manifestation story. So, what is decision? Decision is an agreement that you come into. Now, you can come into an agreement with the problem or the solution. It truly doesn't matter what you come into agreement with. But how is the agreement done? In two ways. You can do it repetitively or unconsciously, or you can do it consciously by using the will and deciding in the moment, this is what you want. And you hold on to the will, or you use the will to hold on to the decision. So there's two ways, right? You do it unconsciously during the day. We know that we live our life, 97% of it, it's done from the subconscious mind. Our actions during the day are performed from the subconscious mind. That's why we do things unconsciously or on autopilot. So if we have a tendency to think of the negative, guess what you do during the day? You think of the negative over and over and over again. By nurturing these negative thoughts, you're sending signals in the universe as if this is what I'm asking for. Hello, hello, can somebody see this? Can somebody see this? So either way you do it during the day, remember your mind or subconscious mind is always receiving. Or you do it by using the will and hold on to the decision firmly. And this is when Neville talks about going to bed at night and do the doing in the mind. When he talks about climbing the ladder, you are using the will to do in the mind what you want to have done on the outside, right? So now we can see how we should use the mind during the day for us and how we should use the mind during the night for us, right? We should always be vigilant, aware, conscious of our mind. Now, when I talk about my personal story, I'm going to be very vulnerable and very authentic with you because I want to serve you and I want to help you. In about 2 months in my personal relationship, it was fairly new. This time I've attracted a multimillionaire in my life. I don't come from money. He did not come from money, but he was wealthy because he created wealth in his life. I did not know, well, I was aware, obviously, because I do not come from money. My relationship with money was not a good one. So I associated money with him. And I could not speak up my own desire. I could not ask for something from him. If I did, I always felt unworthy. And because I felt unworthy, I began to attach other thoughts to it, right? You hold a thought for 17 seconds, another one like it, and then you build momentum towards something. Well, it wasn't just 17 seconds with me. It was day in and day out, day in and day out. Well, what if you like someone else? Maybe he said no to me because of this. But what if, okay? So I added negative, what if, and added the negative to it. One day we're sitting in front of the computer and there is an email that comes on the screen, and guess what? It was an email from one of his ex-girlfriends. I'm sitting down, my knees feel like they're cut off. All these thoughts that I built within myself, they turned me into a pillar of salt. I preserved myself into this state and nobody can help me. I could not react, I could not act. The energy inside of me was so high. I was vibrating so high, I could not speak. I literally could not speak. I was sweating on the inside, okay? You don't understand. Your thoughts build momentum, not just out there, but inside of you. And he turns around and responds to the email and says, oh, hey, so-and-so, my girlfriend is amazing. Yes, we had a good time together, but now I am... By this point, I had to say something. I was beginning to get upset. I felt as if his involvement with the other woman was going too far. So we worked out an email together and we sent it to her. Now, if I would have said this to one of my friends, or I'm saying this to you, if your first thought is, well, multimillionaires always do that, it's just a known fact. No, a fact is someone looking at, like you're looking at my circumstance, and you're thinking, he's the problem. If you are an aware person and conscious person of your own thoughts, and you've been paying attention and connecting the dots into your past experiences, you will know that you're the creator. So I could not blame him. My friends could not blame him. It was me that has done the blaming in the mind, and the man had to conform. Now, the power of decision is this. This is what I want you to take out of this video. Through my nurturing of these negative thoughts of what if, it became a decision in the universe. The universe took it as a decision or belief. My decision it's like an explosion. My decision went into the past and into the future simultaneously. Imagine a bomb. It's just going boom. Your past and future come boom, and something comes out of it. This is a concept that my friend brought up to me, and I'm going to share with you his manifestation story. But this is law of perpetual transmutation. Keep building momentum towards something. It's going to happen. Thoughts turn into things. So what did I do? What if he finds another woman? Well, what if, and what if, and what if? And guess what? My thoughts kept circling in the universe and fell on this woman's mind. I caused her to come into my future. I have caused her from his past to come into the future, because your decision goes into the past, and at the same time it creates your future circumstance. Your decision does that. You can decide by building momentum towards something or using the will and hold on to a decision. Either way you look at it, we always manifest. Now the question is, how do you manifest? What is it that you're vibrating in alignment or coming into agreement with? Because it will come into reality. You want to cut off that seed that you've been planting? Stop nurturing it. Flip the switch and look at the solution. How do you look at the solution? Well, what about me? What do I want? Wouldn't it be wonderful if he really loved me? Which he did, and I think he still does. But wouldn't it be wonderful if I did have this, if I did go here? Wouldn't it be wonderful if I asked him this and he would say yes? Wow, wouldn't it be wonderful? What did I think? Well, if I ask him, he's going to say no. Oh, yeah, he did give money. He did do this for that woman. He did do this for that. And that's what I kept vibrating on because of my bad relationship with money. What's your relationship with your SP in your mind? What do you think about him on a constant basis? Are you thinking about the negative? Are you thinking about the things that he has done wrong? Perhaps you're the one that has caused him to do those things. Maybe you've missed out on his love, and it's your thoughts that turned him or conformed him to be who he ended up to be, or she. Now let me share with you my friend's manifestation story to help you get outside the box even more than I did. So we have a tendency, and I tell my clients, well, what would bring you relief in this situation, right? I ask them to make a decision, to come into agreement with the solution. And immediately people say, well, if I need $3,000 to pay for my mortgage and rent and mortgage and bills this month, they say, well, I need $3,000. This is when I want to take them out of the survival point or breaking the survival point and say, well, wouldn't you like to have 6? This is when people go through the terror barrier. They're afraid. And I say, okay, we'll stop at 3,000, right? Like me. Well, what if he doesn't like me? Well, I could have said, well, what if he likes me and wants to marry me and we want to be together? And, that would have been outside the box, outside of my own normal way of thinking. Well, my friend did that. In 2017, he made a decision that he wanted a specific car made by Tesla. Well, he found out that Tesla wasn't making those models. Nonetheless, for 2 years on a constant basis, he began to think of the car and talk about the car. In 2019, Tesla decided to make that car only in one model. Someone bought the car, didn't like it, brought it back, And during that time, my friend goes to the dealership and picks up the exact car that he wrote down and kept nurturing this idea of that car. This is when he got outside the box, because you can make a decision that is totally and completely outside of the present circumstance. Meaning, oh, I just want my SB back. Well, honey, why don't you want him to be married to him and have this many kids and live here and do this? Why don't you think like that? That would be outside the box. Is your faith big enough to think so far outside the box? Meaning, can you allow yourself to imagine exactly what you want? Exactly what you want. You know when you allow yourself to do that? When you love yourself enough and say, I've had enough. I've had enough of playing SP back and forth. I have enough. I have enough of not having money. I have enough of being behind these bars. Neville Goddard talks about being in prison. I want to break out. Break out, or break through. But not just through to the survival point. You want to have more than enough. Now, you have to lay the foundation, however. So make a simple decision, create it, then build upon it, and lay brick upon brick upon brick upon brick, and that's how you build your own home. So that's decision. That's the power of decision. It goes into the past. His decision of that car caused people at Tesla to come up with these ideas of the specific car, and they put it into fruition for him, right? He made that. He gave himself, listen, he gave himself exactly what he desired, the desires of his heart. You might have heard it being said, God gives you the desires of your heart. You are God. Do you love yourself enough? Love thy God with all your heart, mind, body, and soul. Do you love yourself enough to put yourself in the place of receiving exactly what you want? I'm going to share with you in the next video how that is done. And how, when you don't allow yourself to be sincerely and exactly honest with what you want, how you are going to get what you come to agree with, exactly what you come to agree with. So I've tested the power of the mind. I've tested the laws of the universe. And I speak from experience. What I would encourage you to do is start paying attention to your thoughts during the day, because 97% of them, or your behavior, comes from the subconscious mind. That means however you programmed it. And the way to reprogram it is to think at night, imagine, as Neville says, doing in the mind what you would like to do on the outside. And when you do that in the mind, that's exactly what you're going to end up doing in reality. So thank you so much for watching, and I am looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye now.